listen to the most. And one, because I'm a big fan, but two, it's just the mindset. It's like I listen to like a lot of Kobe's old interviews.
Oh yeah, that's another one of the guys that I listen to a lot. Like, but I wasn't like the crazy thing is I didn't really and I always say this, rest in peace to Kobe. I'm a little mad. I really didn't appreciate him as much as a
Yeah,
basketball player.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Through the money, design of the drip. Don't got a cap, I'm as real as it get. Bet on myself and I triple the flip. Came from the streets, I'ma stick to the script. We popping bottles like we win a trip. Rather fill up accounts than empty a clip. 10 on the ground, so I never slip. They love you, they hate you, I'm watching them switch. Switch, 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 switch. They hate you, they love you, I'm watching them switch. Switch.
If you feel like you want to go off on Bleezy, son, you can do that. You know what I mean?
shut
Y'all,
up.
y'all already know what it
Shut
is.
up.
It's your boy Chance. Got the one and only. Been a long time coming. NEX. You know what I mean? We the hard lifestyle. Been a long time. Let you introduce yourself, and then we get into it.
What's going on, man? My name is well, I go by many names. People know me by NEX, Rico, Mars, Rich, you know what I mean? But right now we're going by as Rico, we the heart. We pushing this brand, we the heart lifestyle. Thanks for having me, brother.
Already. So, let's get the journey, B. Like, tell the people where you're from. Though. I think they should know already.
I'm originally from the Bronx, Gun Hill Road.
BX.
Um, yeah, big BX.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know, yeah. People know me for making music originally. You know what I mean? That's what I did for a long time. That's how I made my name in the city and stuff, and everywhere else, Florida or whatever. And then as I grew, I started to, I always been a creative, so I always was getting ideas and being creative and trying to bring things to life. And then I got this idea to create this lifestyle brand called We the Heart, and that's what we at currently, and that's what we're going to talk about. You know what I mean?
Word. So yeah. So we go back a long time,
Woof.
but it's weird though, because I think we only officially met like once.
Maybe like yeah, maybe like once or twice. Yeah,
Because I know it was
yeah,
definitely at the concert that we did for OMG, and
yeah.
then
I seen you there, and I seen you once, maybe in Tasha's house.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Yeah, yeah,
so we'll talk about
definitely.
so we'll talk about that because the music is it's a big thing, and obviously we'll get to the clothing line. We'll try to make sure we can condense it. You know what I mean? Because that
Yeah,
shit
yeah, definitely. We'll go full circle.
probably like days, but. So this is what I heard. I told you on the phone. So whatever we say is not like it's like I'm bringing shit up that I ain't saying.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
So the way I knew Rico was through my cousin Tasha. So originally, all I would hear is because I used to if you always follow the channel, you should know. If you don't, then go back and check. But I used to,
Drill team. That's what I used to hear. But respectfully, I used to hear about you too, though. So like, she was talking to you about me, but she would also give you the alley oop, so that way we knew who you were. You know what I mean? So we gotta put that in air. Shout out to Taj and Los.
I'm about to talk to her because I didn't know that. So I know she told Bleezy, but anyway, so all I used to hear was because it was Annie at the time, and he's nice, and he's nice, and then Los, he was like, yeah, and he is nice, they bop. So then I was like, cool, that's what's up. And then I'm a hungry dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably like 20 something at the time, 19, 20, something like that. So I'm on my grind. So I hear that. Then fast forward real quick, try to get there quicker, as I moved to New York and I already had a relationship with Bleezy. So I was like, Bleezy, yo, I'm here. So, let me know if you want to do the music. It's like, I bet.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I pulled through. We started doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're just hitting that fast forward, that 1.5 speed. So then, whatchamacallit, I just hear Bleezy. I hear Gamo. I hear La. I just hear all these people talking about any. Like, and he was this, and he's that. So me being the person I am, which I know that you appreciate, because the team didn't appreciate it at the time, except Bleezy. I was like, yo, who is this dude? Like,
Yeah.
all you gotta do is talk about this dude, and I'm right here. Like, I'm that dude right here. Like,
I'm that dude. That's the way I'm feeling
You
right
know what I'm
now. You
saying?
know
So
what I mean?
I'm like, I got to meet this dude, but my shit was like, yo, if I meet this dude, then I can see how he worked. I can see how he do certain things. So not only am I gonna gain from it, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put my shit on the table, pause, and I'm be
That's
like,
how I approached everything. Like everything. I always approached it that way. Like I never had fear of working with artists. Even if I felt they were better than me, I wanted the experience. So I definitely appreciate you like having that same mindset. You know what I mean?
so to tell the peoples, because I said the same thing to both people. I said the same thing to the team, and I said the same thing to Annie. Now I'm gonna let Annie explain what. Oh, Rico, my bad. I'm gonna let Rico explain why he took it the way he took it, but they didn't take it the other way. So when I first met the team, obviously Bleezy was cool with it. But when I first met the team, you know, I like you froze. And some technical difficulties, but we back. So like I was saying,
We back, we back. Yeah.
so I said the same thing to you, said the same thing to the group. So I'm gonna let him, you know, I'm gonna let you explain why you felt how you felt, and I'll tell you what the group felt. So besides Bleezy, obviously, because Bleezy always seen like me for who I was. The first session we doing as a group, which I know I definitely rubbed Gamo the wrong way, Pauls. I was like, yo, y'all know I'm nicer than y'all niggas, right? Like my bars is crazy. So, you know, me and Bleezy talked later and basically definitely told me that they really all took that the wrong way. So it took a while for me to get back in the graces of these dudes. But I remember
Yes, sir.
I remember the first time I seen you, and it was at the RMG show, whatever we was putting on. Plus, I was a little saucy too because I told the story here a while, but I had like three Long Island iced teas because I didn't know what they were, and Lionel had to tell me to chill the fuck out
Yes, yes.
because it was crazy. But first time I met you, because you know what I'm saying, it's the competitive juices, you know what I mean? I don't even know. I think I said what's up, but after what's up, I was like, yo, you know I'm nice, right? You know, I'm coming for you, bro. Pause.
But and you know, I'm gonna tell you how you know I never took it personal, right? Because I never mentioned it to none. I never said it to like Joe or Bagamo or none of them. They can never tell you a story of me saying, "Yo, you know, Chance was like, you know what I mean?" Like the way they probably was like talking about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I never felt the way about it. I just felt like, yo, this dude wanna, you know, he wanna get to that level. You know what I mean? He wanna be that guy. You know what I mean? I respect things like that. You know what I mean? Because if you're chasing a dream, you want to be the best. What's the point of like doing something if you're not going to try to be the best at it? So if everybody's saying, "Yo, he's the best," then who you gonna aim for? You're gonna aim for the one that they say is the best, and that's not personal. It's just you trying to grow. If I ever had the opportunity to get in the industry the way I wanted to, I was only going for the goats.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't gonna go for these, you know, the dudes that I know that I'm better than. That's like almost that's bullying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's not my mindset. I want to get better, so I'm going to attack the goats. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly
so
how I
it's
felt.
respect.
I was like, they say he's the one. So if he's the
Yeah,
one,
yeah, yeah.
if he's that dude, and I feel like I'm that dude, then we going to see. Like, am I coming up short,
Respectfully, hell yeah,
or
respectfully. Yeah, definitely.
am I going to make them be like, yo, he might be the one now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But
Because
you never know if you don't go for the if you don't shoot your shot, how you gonna know? You
and
know what I mean?
you know what's crazy? I mean, it could potentially happen because you know sometimes the balls are still there, but I don't know. I'm retired, but
Yeah, yeah.
we never did a joint together, bro.
But you know what? That's something that I'm open to doing just for the, you know, just to have it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's what
Like
I
that
said.
type of stuff.
That's why I said depending on what it is, we put it out, not like just to have.
Definitely. Just to have it. Just to have it. You know what I mean?
Because when you move closer, I was like, oh shit, it might happen.
Yeah, yeah. That's another thing. I always bounced around a lot, like just trying to find because I'm like I said, I chase my dreams. I always been somebody to chase my dreams. So I try to go for opportunities. And I mean, but I have a family and I have kids, so it makes it hard sometimes to like when I go to Florida to go out there and really grind out the way I want to grind out because I gotta come back to become, you know, to be a dad and be a husband. So yeah, but you know, we definitely missed a couple of opportunities, but going forward, man, we're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, because I heard that one joint. I don't know if it was new or if you guys just put it together, like when you have old shit. But when you and Gamo, I think did that the rapid fire joint.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Oh, that let me tell you about that session. Well, me and Gamo, we were talking for a while on the phone, and we kept on like yo, we gotta do like these songs or whatever and stuff like that. So for like a month straight, we just kept on bouncing hooks and like verses off of each other or whatever. And then one day he called me, he's like, yo, let's I got a half. If you got the upper half, let's just book a studio session. So we booked 10 hours or whatever, and I went down to New York and we recorded. And I can't remember the guy's name, but we recorded in the studio for 10 hours and we wound up recording about 18 songs.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the songs, the Rapid Fire. He got a little stash of songs with me and him right now and
Okay.
in the cut.
Yeah, I was upset. Yeah, I was
You
upset.
wasn't around though. You was in Florida at the time, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was upset, son. Because same thing with Bleezy. And when they do Jones, when they do new joints, no one ever was like, "Yo, let's get a chance on it." It's the same snub I've been getting since I was in the group. Like they do new joints.
Yeah. But don't feel too bad though, because like you said they will all say, yo, Rich, is the one or whatever it might be or whatever, you know what I mean? And I wasn't on all the songs and all the stuff either, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I don't think it was really a personal thing. I think they just had their own visions, you know what I mean?
yeah. But it's crazy because we talked about that. Excuse. We talked about this, but had we moved accordingly, especially like if you would have came around like for real, then we legit had. I said in another episode, so y'all gotta catch up. We was like some Puerto Rican Wu-Tang clan. Like
That's a fact.
there
Too
was
many different styles, too many different everything.
different styles,
Like
mad
there's no
people.
one man alike. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
definitely I can say that about my crew, that there's not one man that's alike. Like there's a lot of us, but none of us ever like try to bite each other's style. Everybody had their own individual style. Everybody had the way and that goes from the way that they dress to the way that they rapped, the way they approach songs. We all approach it differently. We
so
don't, none of us have the same.
we didn't had R&B singers.
Yeah, exactly.
We had a
Exactly.
whole official label,
Exactly.
and we were all doing
I
different.
think we were young, and I think what I always go back to saying is I felt like we needed like older like management, like people that were seasoned. That's I think that's what we was missing. Like when we had like management be like people that we came up with and we rapped with, and I think that's what made it harder because it's like, yo, bro, you one of us. Like, you're not a manager. You know what I mean? You're gonna tell me to get off the song and put him on the song. And
Yeah,
I think the egos, and we were young, full of testosterone, and you know what I mean? And I think that's what really,
it was
I think we
definitely
needed an
egos.
older person. Yeah, I think we needed an older person to go there and say, nah, this is how y'all gotta do it, and then guide us and we just fall in line. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
egos definitely played a big part in that.
Yeah, I never thought about a manager though, but that would have
Yeah,
made
like I always said that we needed somebody older that we all respected.
non-biased because if they were from your team, then I would have been yo. So they know this next. So obviously,
Nah, yeah, not biased, just a real manager, bro. Somebody
yeah.
that we all agreed on that could have guided us to where we had to go, that we
Son,
respected, and I
son,
just feel like we didn't have that.
it's a hard pill to swallow. Sometimes when I think back, I'm like, yo, we had this style, this style, these singers, these girls that can sing. Like I was like, yo, we had a whole.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. That was a big part of the reason why I fell into a deep depression for a good 3 years. Bro, like you gotta think about how many people tell me, yo, you're great, bro. You're great, you're great, you're great, you're great, you're great. Yo, I can't wait till you at this spot, this spot, this spot, this spot. And then when that never comes into fruition, you're
Mhm.
like, why it didn't happen? And then you're like, I got all this talent, and why is it not being displayed to the world? You know what I mean? I put so much work into this to get to where I'm at, and I never touched where I wanted to be. So then when it really hit me, that joint put me into a really dark place. You know what I'm trying to say? And I'm grateful for God and where I'm at now, bro. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
because I learned from the experience and I will never go backwards. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that really like sat in my mind for a very long time. Like, yo, we were too talented, bro. Not just myself. I
Mm-hmm.
had a squad of talented motherfuckers, bro.
Right.
Like respectfully, I used to go places, bro, and talk to people all the time, and they would talk about lie the way that like the way that you heard people talk about me. I would hear people talk about lie like that. I would
Mm-hmm.
hear people talk about Joe like that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this
Yeah.
nigga could produce. He's, you know what I mean? So that shit started to eat at my head. Like, yo, all these people who have all this good energy and feel that we have this talent, why we just can't take that next, you
Yeah.
know what I mean, step. You know what I mean? So yeah, that definitely played a big role in my depression.
Yeah. And no shade to the certain people because I respect the grind, but then it was that thought process that I had, and then thinking like, yo, but these whack dudes is on, like getting hella cake, and I know they can't go bar for bar with me, which is
Definitely not. But in a sense, it kind of turns you into a hater, a sour nigga. You
hmm
know what I mean? And that's one thing I wanted to learn to sway away from because
yeah,
people's blessings are people's blessings. You know what I mean? So like if they were fortunate enough to get it, then God bless you and I hope you're successful in your lane. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But like at one point I gotta admit that like I didn't want to be a hater. You know what I mean? No matter how talented I was,
yeah.
I had to accept. You know, I had to accept that it is what it is. You know what I mean? They got there, they figured it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I said no shade because I respect the grind. So you did something.
Facts.
You did something to get to like you weren't like Chris Cross. You weren't just spotted in the mall and someone say, "Yo, I got you right now." So I respect that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's the same thing I say with the Paul brothers, whether you respect them or not. Like they put the work in, you know what I mean, and they get in the bag.
You can hate as much as you want, but guess what? They still gonna have those fights. They still gonna make their money. They created their own lane respectfully. You know what I mean? So you gotta kind of applaud it because yeah, they didn't want to let them in the regular way so they can go box and do.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
said, you know what? I'm gonna create my own lane. You know what I mean? And I respect it, man. They found a way in.
All right, so let me ask a couple questions so we can get to the new spot that you're on right now because I don't want to stay in the past because we don't get to where you're going. So a couple past questions. What do you feel like? Oh, well, all right. This is a better question. Who inspired you to rap?
And when I was younger, it wasn't always rap, it was just music in general. My
Oh, so,
brother is
oh
actually
okay.
yeah, my brother actually,
I thought you was gonna bring up the nigga that we both fuck with. But go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, like, well, when I like growing up, I used to always like have a thing for music, always. Like I had my aunt Sonia was very, very diverse in music. So I used to go spend a lot of time with her and my cousin E. A lot of people don't know my cousin E, and a lot of people give me like props for rapping and stuff like this and shit like that. But the reason why I became so like focused on becoming a better rapper was because of my cousin E. My cousin E, I always tell people is like the Spanish Eminem, like the Puerto Rican Eminem. The way he puts bars and raps together is just I never heard nobody do that. Like the words that he makes rhyme and shit like that. I can never in my mind figure out a way to make those words rhyme. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like he just knew how to play with words and stuff
you're
like
not
that. And
even
I
thinking
always
about
used
putting
to,
them together.
yeah, and I used to always be
Yeah,
like, yo, I gotta be better than this guy. This is the guy. Like the way you seen me, I seen him. I'm like, I gotta be better than you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I used to just keep on trying to be so diverse. And then my aunt, like I said, she played all types of music. I mean, all types of music from the 60s all the way up. You know what I mean? I mean pop, country, but I don't whatever it was. If it was
yeah.
fire, she played it. So I used to listen to all types of sounds and music, and it used to inspire me. And then as I got older, my brother started listening to rap. Milk is chilling, kids is dealing. What more can I say? Top billing. And I used to hear that beat.
hmm Yeah,
And
hip
I
hop.
used to be like, yo, I gotta learn how to put words on that. Like
Yeah,
I want to learn how to do what that dude is doing on that beat. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And that was my first form of inspiration in rap was that, like listening to that MC Lamar, people call me Milk. Like I felt like his swag and the way he approached that beat was
yeah,
crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, yo, I want to learn how to do that. That's what I want to be. I want to be a rapper. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And like I
yeah,
said, then I started seeing my cousin was rapping and he was good. And I was like, oh, I got to do this. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
that was my introduction into it. And then I started to meet people like Lai and stuff like that that had the same interests. You know what I mean? The first person I ever rapped with was Lai.
Mm.
We didn't write rhymes. We used to just play beats and freestyle for hours. And
Yeah.
then I went to my cousin's house one day, and this is how I found out he was a rapper. He has an older brother. So I used to hang out with his older brother to play sports all the time. My cousin Jay, we played sports all the time. So one time we was gonna go to the park, and he says, "Yo, Rich, the basketball is in my closet in the room." So I go in the room to get the basketball. When I get the basketball, a rap book falls and
Mm.
hits the floor. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? I'm
Some of
seeing raps and all that.
them old
You know what I
comic
mean?
books.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm seeing raps and shit. And then my cousin E comes out of nowhere. He's like, and he grabs the book. He's like, nigga, don't be reading my shit. So I'm
Mm.
like, yo, what is that? And he's like, y'all write raps. I said, yo, me and La be rhyming, but we don't write rap shit. We don't know what 16s and
Yeah,
8s
yeah,
and all
yeah.
this shit is yet. We just be freestyling. He was like, yo, y'all rap? He was like, yo, come through. We'll show y'all what 16s, 8s, and all this shit is. You know what I mean? Because my cousin had a little crew and they were doing their thing. They had management, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, word. So I started coming through and I started being around them and hearing how they put songs together. And at the time, I tell you, every single one of those dudes was better than me.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. But in my heart, I'm so competitive. I was like, nah, I gotta get, you know what I mean? I gotta get next to these dudes and at least be able to rap with them. So I
Yeah.
started writing rhymes. Then I go to high schools. My first year in high school, they beating on the table. I'm trying to join those ciphers. So I'm in those ciphers and I'm getting a little bit of respect, but it's not where I want it to be yet. You know what I mean? Like there's still people in those ciphers that are better than me. School year ended. When the school year ended, my mom as my witness, bro. I sat in my room the whole summer, bro, and I mean the whole summer. Every day I would wake up 8 hours a day and just play nothing but beats, writing 6, 7, 8 rhymes a day. When I came back to school the next year, it was different, bro. From that year on, that
Yeah.
was NEX. That's when I became NE. That's when I started going and terrorizing motherfuckers. Like, yo, I gotta kill these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's how I became who I became. In other words, you know what I mean? That was the process.
So I want to tell you my process, but what did Annie stand for?
The what? Let me hear. Let me hear that one.
What did
Oh,
Annie?
NE. Oh, all right. NEX is acronyms for when we X marks the spot. So any spot, you know what I mean? Nothing's ever expected. I made that after Pun Pass because there was like at that time there wasn't a lot of Spanish rappers in hip hop.
Yeah.
So I think like after Pun died, they thought it was over for us. You know
Mm.
what I mean? So then nothing's ever expected. I was gonna come and hit you like out of nowhere. Like I'm a Spanish dude too that could rap. You know what I mean? So those are like the two main meanings of NEX. Nothing's ever expected, and any spot I'm gonna kill you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's funny how similar we are. Because I thought the same shit with Pun. I was like, they act like another Spanish cat ain't gonna get platinum. And I was
Like we
thinking,
can't do that.
and I was thinking,
Yeah,
I
like we
was
can't
thinking in
do
my
that.
brain like, yo, I'm about to be the next platinum, which is
I
crazy.
mean, and it's still kind of hard for us to get in the game the way we want to. It's a little easier now with like the Bad Bunnies and them creating that, that Spanish lane, but
Yeah,
it's still not as easy for us to get in the game the way it is for everybody else. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like as rappers, in other words.
yeah. So the way I learned to write bars was when I went to jail. Because I used to rap whatever, but I used to write paragraphs. So there was
Yes, yeah. Run-ons. It
yeah.
was run-ons and shit. Yeah.
There was this one dude. I don't know where you at. I don't know if you made a career out of jail, if you did better, son. I don't know if you're still alive. If you're not, rest in peace. But my nigga Bushwick. So Bushwick took a liking to me for some reason, whatever. And he would always do the little beat. You know what I'm saying? He would beat on the bed, whatever, pause. And then he would be like, yo, and he'd start spitting whatever. And he'd be like, yo, rap. So I would rap. And he's like, oh shit, okay. So he would go he'd tell his people, he was like, yo, Chico could rap. So my name was Chico then. It was like Chico could rap. So then we do, I don't know if there was ciphers. I guess there were ciphers because I'm not a freestyler, but
Yeah, yeah.
I would spit what I wrote.
What you wrote. Yeah, yeah.
So they would all say the same thing, whatever. So then one day, me and Bushwick was like, yo, let's do a song. So I was like, I bet. So we're doing it. And then he's like, let me see your shit. So I show him, and it's like a paragraph. He's like, what the fuck is this? I said, it's my rhyme. What you mean? He said, man, well, you're 16. Like, how you gonna break it up? I said, the fuck is a 16? He said, bro,
Exactly. Yeah.
he's like, bro, you gotta break it down. I was like, why would I want to break it down? Whatever. And he was like, because if you break it down, And then he started breaking my stuff down. He said, if you break it down to bars, it can go on any beat. He said, potentially, obviously, if you have the flow to do it, it can go on any beat. So if you do it this way,
Yep, yep.
if I speed it up, and so he started speeding it up, and he would rap my shit, and he started slowing it down, and he would rap my shit. So that's the way you do it. I was like, oh shit. So then I started learning the eighths and
Yo,
sixths,
how to put it together. Yep, yep. How to put it together.
and then
Like,
long story short, to wrap it up, whatever what you call it. So some OG niggas in there, like some lifers, like people that made a career, brought me in the cell. Pause, nothing funny, and it was like, yo, this ain't your life in here. Like you need to go out there and you need to rap. Like this is what you need to focus on.
fact,
So when I got out,
facts.
that's when I moved like to New York, got up with Bleezy, and then history is later. You know what I mean?
Rest
Spotify.
is history from there. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, so it's wild.
You always been a go-getter though. You always opened up different lanes. Like I always remember you behind the camera. Remember you always like trying to find other lanes into the game. You know what I mean? You like your mind wasn't just stuck on rap. You know what I mean?
I always wanted to do
So
stuff.
that I give you that. Like I give you that over us. Like because you was doing that early. Like now I see a lot of the members of the original team doing other things to try to open up doors for them with
Yeah.
music or whatever it might be. But you was already on that, I mean, years ago. You know what I mean?
Because I've never because my biggest influence, which one of them was Pac and one of them was Prince. So you know that already because we vibed on the Prince. But to me,
My God.
Pac was just like, I don't know, it was just different. Like me being young, I used to write poetry, and then when I got into Pac, I found out he did poetry. I was like, oh shit, that's kind of cool, whatever. So I was like, that's dope. I can get this to the ladies, whatever. But I was like, how do I fuck with the niggas on that side though? Then I heard Pac rap. I was like, oh shit! So you can make this.
Yeah, he could do
I
both.
was like, you can make
Yeah.
this, and then he didn't stop there. Like I saw him do the acting and shit, and I was like, bro, I want to do it all.
I could do it all. Yeah. Pac was definitely a positive, like role model for artists in that sense of like, yo, you don't have to just be a rapper. You
Yeah,
can go do movies. You can do, you know what I mean? So he definitely showed people that there was other lanes, you know what I mean, when you become a rapper, in other
like
words.
he was really, to me
He
when I
was
got
good at it.
like obviously you're gonna get a lot of negative from anybody, or whatever. You can get negative, positive, but from what I took from Pac was besides like the music, because it really hit me, and which is how I wrote. I wrote from pain. So you felt my shit. Like my shit wasn't fake. It was like you gonna feel my pen. Like it may not be. I mean, I had bars, but it may not be the most punchline shit. But you gonna feel
Yeah,
it.
but you definitely gonna express it. Yeah, yeah. You
So I
definitely gonna
got.
express
So
feeling.
I got that from him, but I also got the drive. You know what I mean? I mean, I got drive from my mom too and my dad, but the drive was like, an artist started like, yo, this nigga's want to do everything. I was like,
Everything.
and why can't I do everything? So that's what I try to.
Pac's, yeah, Pac's run when he was alive in those few years and what he did in that time span, bro, that shit is unmatched. Like, you know what I mean? Like the amount of movies, the amount of music, the amount of everything he did in that little bit of time span, that shit is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I heard somebody, I forgot who it was.
it's crazy. So
Somebody that was in the studio with him. One of the people, some famous people. They said that Pac would go in the studio and just obviously like do song to song. And when the engineers would try to do certain things, like he would yell, be like, "Yo, we ain't got time for all that shit. I just want to make music. I'm gonna spit all my shit, and y'all can chop that shit up and fix it up later." I was like, I'm just trying to spit as much as I
they
can,
on, yeah.
and I'm out, which is crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's why I try to do the team.
Snoop said Snoop said he used to lock the door so nobody can go in. And it just used to be him and the engineer. He just used to go hours back to back to back to back to back, just recording music. I wish Nip would have did that though.
Yeah. Nip was crazy.
Yeah, I feel like we needed more music from Nip. You know what I mean? Like more like visuals from Nip.
Yeah, rest in peace. He was another innovator. $100 for a mixtape and got it.
Made it happen.
Yeah, that's
Made
crazy.
it happen. Sold out. That was crazy. Like to sell out like at 100, that's crazy, bro. Like his vision was crazy. But like right now, like I apply a lot of like what he did to We the Heart lifestyle, like with the marathon and the way he like built that brand. I try to apply a lot of that. I listen to a lot of Nipsey just talking. Like he
Yeah,
motivates me just listening to him talk. Like, yeah, his confidence. I love Nip the person more than the artist.
yeah. I definitely
You know what I
watched a lot
mean?
of
Like,
his videos.
and I know a lot of people a lot of people feel that way about Pac too. Like they love Pac, like the person more than just even what he brings to the table as an artist. You know what I mean?
You know what's crazy?
I mean, that's part of the reason why they love him. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
the individual, we love Pac, we love Nip, just be more than just what they brought to the table with music. Like
yeah.
just listening to them speak, it was crazy.
So this was
See, I
crazy.
would say the same thing with X.
Who, DMX?
Yeah, I would say the same thing with X. Like I just love to hear him speak, to pray. When you hear him pray, like it's just crazy. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I definitely say there's some we had a couple of like artists that they were just bigger than music. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like I've listened to a lot of Nip's interviews when he passed, which obviously, we always get there late. But I listened to that when he passed. I listened to Pac when he passed. But a lot of interviews I listened to the most, and one because I'm a big fan, but two, it's just the mindset. It's like I listened to like a lot of Kobe's old interviews.
Oh yeah, that's another one of the guys that I listen to a lot. Like, but I wasn't like the crazy thing is I didn't really and I always say this, rest in peace to Kobe. I'm a little mad. I really didn't appreciate him as much as a
Yeah,
basketball player.
yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then when he retired, I appreciated Kobe so much more. The little bit of time that we got when he was retired, just to see him talk, see him do like what he was really about, like see what he
yeah.
was trying to bring to fruition and all that. I was like, man, Kobe's the man. And then everybody started posting that mama mentality on post and all that, and you start to really see like how Kobe thought, and
Yeah.
like you could really dissect it. And I was like, damn, bro, we lost a legend, bro. And him and Nip died really, really close to each other. Like, so
Yeah,
for us to lose those two guys are motivational guys that we needed those two guys, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And rest in peace to Nip, rest in peace to Cole, bro.
I was
Like,
I was in
but
the
yeah,
garden.
bro, I definitely agree with you.
I was in the garden when he dropped 61.
Oh, you got to see that?
Yeah, like
That's crazy. That's
I think I
crazy.
still got the ticket.
Yo, that's crazy. But
Cause
you always been one of the biggest Kobe fans I know. I mean, I know a couple of them, but you like Kobe was your guy, like the way
son,
Penny's my guy. Like,
son,
yeah,
Kobe was my Jordan.
yeah, exactly. That's
I
the
mean,
exact. Bro, and people always look at me crazy. They're like, "You a Magic fan?" I'm like, "Yo, I've been a Magic fan since Penny." Well, yeah, I was rooting for Jordan. I was rooting for Penny. You know what I mean? Like,
Penny was ill.
man, if Penny didn't get injured, bro, he would have been in the Hall of Fame, bro. That injury killed him, bro. Like, but he still his years in Orlando made the mark that he needed to make. You know what I mean? As far as like the players, and when you hear them talk about him, they all think Penny's a legend anyway. So, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
All right, so to get to the next question, but is there a musical artist that as you started really getting into that you were like you don't have to get deep because then we can go to the next question, but is there like a
It was it had to be Nas and Hov.
okay,
Nas and Hov. I used to listen to Nas and Hov and be blown away by the way they put bars together and who they were. Like, you know what I mean? Like
you
being
know,
from New York, Nas and Hov was like, you know what I mean, statues. You know what I mean? Like
what's
Nas,
crazy?
Hov, Big.
You know what's crazy is um I was a Mason LO dude, but you know what's crazy is that I listened to Nas whatever, but I didn't like really well I'm not gonna say I didn't respect him because I didn't respect him, but I didn't really like see what he was until I think he did Stillmatic when he did that joint in reverse.
Oh my God, Rewind.
I
Yeah,
was
that
I,
was
I was like
crazy.
I was like that's creative as fuck.
Creative as fuck, bro. Like, and the thing is, his wordplay is crazy. Like,
Yeah,
he's not just rhyming, but the dude raps. Like, he can rap. You know what I mean? Look, when I was growing up, Jay-Z was probably my favorite artist. But when I got older and I could understand music more, I appreciated Nas so much more.
yeah,
And I mean, so much more. Like the stories and the way that he painted visions and all that. I couldn't really understand it as a younger dude, but as I got older, I'm like, man, this dude, like, he got me feeling like I'm really in the projects with him. Like when you really listen, like take the music in, you know what I mean? So yeah, Nas and Hov, I always had
So
super respect for them.
let's see if it's a hot take. So Mace was my dude, right?
Mm.
I wouldn't want to say respectfully at the time of Mace's like run, he was hotter than Jay because you know that
Oh, we know this. Hell no, I
you
could you
you know the
you
beast
gotta admit
you know how the
that.
beast
Yeah,
started.
you You gotta admit that. You definitely gotta admit that. Why you think Jay started taking shots at me subliminally?
That's what I was gonna say. So you know how the beef started?
Yeah, because there's supposedly I heard that Jay, that the women that Jay used to have around him used to think that Mace was attractive and cute.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
So that's how I
And
wanted.
he's an older guy at the time. So you feel the type of way. I'm older, I
Mhm.
got money, but y'all still looking at this young dude like he's that guy. But at the end of the day, when Mace did come out, there was nobody touching him.
Bro,
Like
his
he was that guy.
bro
Like
was
he was the
doing
golden boy.
mixtapes. That's when Clues mixtapes was going off. Like shit, he was on fire.
Commercially, like he was just that he had the baby face, no homo, all that. Like he was just very like
Son, that's why I started doing like I would do unofficial remixes to R&B joints.
yeah, bro. He was like
Because
Bass definitely, he was definitely was a problem. And he made a lot of people nervous. I can say that. I admit that. Yeah. I definitely can admit that. Even being a whole fan. You know what I mean?
how many albums do you
But
do
Mace,
officially?
who Mace?
No, you.
I think Mace probably did. Me officially, one, two, three probably.
Unofficially.
Yeah, I did three. Yeah, and then unofficially, I probably got like six or seven probably. There's so many songs I didn't record, bro. And then there's so many songs that I did record that I just never got to compile into an album.
All right,
You know what I mean? Joe, and my man Law, I remember we recorded like 70, maybe 70 songs in like a month and a half.
so before I ask this question,
So like I got yeah, bro.
there's a lag right now. So before I ask this question, whatever, where can the people get your music now that is out?
Honestly, bro, that's the like I said, that's another thing that I gotta like take seriously now and just like start uploading all my music into streaming platforms. Like I never really, like I said, took that, to like serious. And the crazy thing is, a lot of my music, like I don't even have. Like Joe got most of those music, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So like I don't even have like recently I was going through a lot of my stuff and I found that a couple of like my albums and stuff like that. So now I gotta take them from CD, get it, and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So that way I gotta have access to them the way I have. You know what I mean? But yeah, but most of my stuff I don't even have access to. So it's even crazier that like I don't even listen to myself. You know what I mean?
Is there
Like Gamo, if you call Gamo, he got an iPad. iPod that got all my music. Gamo got all my music, but he got more music than me of myself. You know what I mean?
is there a favorite album you did?
Oh, got to be the Any Experience.
Okay. How many joints, you remember?
It was about 13.
And that was like
Yeah,
prime. That
Any
was like prime
Experience.
flow.
It got to be the Any Experience.
That was like your prime flow.
Yeah, and that was all. Yeah, and it was all produced by Joe at the time. Like, and me and Joe were really in sync at the time. I didn't even have to tell Joe the beats that I was looking for. He would already just have them. Like, yo, Rich, here's a beat. Oh, I just wrote a song that fits that. Like, it was like me and Joe was really in tune at that time. Me and Belize, you know what I mean? Like, so
What
like it was just so easy to just record that album. It was just coming out so easy. You know what I mean?
what do you think your number one gift was when it came to rhyming? Like, what do you think? Like, oh, I know I got this.
Um, I would say definitely the flow and the way that my cadence, the way that I approach the song, like the way that I would flow on the song. Because I never wanted you know how sometimes you do features and they can't even tell apart who the artists are, or sometimes they're like, oh, who is this one? Who's that one? And
Yeah,
then I never wanted that to be a question. When I came on the song, I wanted you, oh, there goes Rich. I already know. I know the way that he approached the song, the way he's flowing on there, the way he's doing it, that's Rich. Like, you know what I mean? So I
yeah,
always like took like the flow and the cadence like very, very like serious. You know what I mean? That
yeah.
was like my main thing. But and like I say, I always give props to everybody. I really learned that from being around Lie. Because Lie, I know that you know that Lie is all about flow and cadence. Like, you know what I mean? Like he'll go on the beat and he just that nigga's like an extra sound on the beat. He's
Yeah.
almost like another instrument on the beat. So I learned that from Lie because I was like, bro, Lie don't even lie has bars, but lie don't even need bars.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's gonna go on there and he's gonna just kill it with that voice and the way that he approached the flow. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I gotta learn how to do that. And respectfully, I already told you I got lyrics and bars from my cousin E, flow and cadence from Lie. I'm not afraid to say that NEX, the best way to describe me is a mixing pot of all my peoples
Yeah.
together. I took the best out of the best asset they all had, put it together and made NEX.
It's like Voltron.
You know what basically I say, oh, Joe's good with the street flow. Lie's good with cadence and flows. My cousin's good with lyrics. LO is good with punchlines. So
Yeah.
I took all that. So I gotta learn how to be good with punchlines when I rap with Low, but I gotta learn how to have bars when I rap with E. I gotta learn how to have that street edge when I rap with Joe. But I still gotta learn how to flow when I rap with Lie. So like I took all that personal and I said and I gotta mix it all together. So in the long run, when you think of who I am as an artist, it's just a little piece of all my circle. It's just a piece of all of them. You know
It's
what I mean? To create one thing.
like
So shout out to Joe, shout out to Lie, shout out to E,
yeah,
shout out to LO. You know, shout out to my circle because, like I said,
yeah.
I'm a little bit of all of them. You know what I mean? A
It's
little
like
a little piece of all of them.
so. This is gonna sound crazy. So super pause. It's like you basically took the souls of everybody and made.
Basically, yeah, Shang Tsung.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shang Tsung, yeah, I Shang Tsung them all. Took a
Yeah.
little bit of all their powers and created, that one person. You know what I
So
mean? And
so I know I had bars, right? Like I had bars,
you
but
definitely had bars. You had the voice and you had a flow. You definitely had cadence for sure. And that's when you told me that Mace and LL Cool J and those were like your influences. I like it kind of made me rewind right back to like your music and that era when you was around the team. And I was like, oh, now I get it. Now I get his approach. Now I get how he came on the songs. Because now I know who your influences are. You know
because
what I mean? So
I was thinking like, son, I get ladies. You know what I mean? And I was like,
facts.
and I was like, who buys music? Who buys merch?
Ladies, yep, ladies,
I
yep.
was like, so why am I gonna cater to dudes that are just gonna hate?
And you don't want your show full with a bunch of niggas either.
Yeah.
You don't want a packed house full of dudes at your show. You want some women there. You want a good balance. So
So
definitely.
so I said what I said about the bars is because I don't think that was my gift. I think my gift was I could pick beats.
Yeah, you
Like
definitely could pick beats.
beats was always my shit.
You changed kind of like a little bit of the narrative. I don't know if they would all admit that, but
Nah,
from the outside, from the
they won't.
outside looking in,
They won't.
from the outside looking in, I could see the change on how they approached a lot of things when you came into the picture. Whether you was doing all the songs with them, like on the songs with them personally or not, just the way they approached how they were doing things was different. You know what I mean?
So my mixtapes was called Pain and Music. You know what
I
I mean?
definitely remember. Yep.
Because I can't remember the bar, so don't crucify me. But I got the title because obviously I wrote from Pain, but I got the title from Cam because he said in some song for what it was like
Yeah,
pain.
this is pain and music. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
And I was
yep,
like,
yep.
that's my shit. But if you listen to the mixtapes, there's everything there. There's emotional shit, there's real shit, there's club shit, I got rock beats, like everything's on there. And it was like my mood music.
Shit, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Button was a big influence on me
Girl
too.
shit. There's all types of shit in there.
Like Joe Budden was a big influence to me when it came to the mixtapes. Because I was a pain writer.
The mixtape. Oh yeah, Joe. Yo, mixtape Joe was crazy too back in that era. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Respectfully, as a lyricist, you gotta give him his props. You know what I mean?
yeah, because I wrote from the pain. So, what's the last thing I'm gonna say so we can get to the next question? Because I missed it when we were talking about Nas and the rewind. So I wrote a joint on my mixtape, whatever, and my lyrics like for each verse when I was rhyming, I didn't tell you who I was like. I told you I had a dream, whatever.
Yeah,
It's called dreaming. So I'm telling. So every rhyme I'm spitting, I'm describing the person that I'm talking about through their songs. You know what I mean? And then at the end
exactly.
at the end of the verse when I'm about to like finish, I'll be like, big pun.
Yeah.
But throughout the whole thing, I'm just telling you what I'm telling you my interaction with them through the name of their songs. I always thought that was ill.
That's fire.
I always
Yeah,
wanted to
that's
do
fire. See, my
yeah,
favorite thing that I ever did when it came to music, when it came to being super creative, was repetitive. And I don't know if they ever told you about that because they kind of used it on one of the Fuck the World albums, like that concept. And it's like when you write in your verse, how you end the sentence, you start the next bar with that word.
I never heard that.
So you be like, so I got into the car. Car cost a million followers. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like that's how you would do it. Like, you know what I mean? So and it was called repetitive. I had three versions of repetitive. I had one, um, it was one with me, Joe, Lie, and Spank. One with me and my cousin E, and then I believe one by myself. But yeah, it was three versions of repetitive that I had. And then they wound up using that concept for Fuck the World. But that's like one of my most like favorite creative like ways to approach music that I did was repetitive.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't know that. But I mean, there was a while that we didn't speak, so they probably wouldn't have told me that anyway. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna watch some. They Jack Paul's a lot of my shit too on their album, so it's respect. But
And there's no bro, it's no respect like that. At the time, like I
yeah, like
said, I wasn't even
I always feel if you take somebody's shit as respect because there's a reason why.
yeah, and at the time I wasn't going hard musically, so I felt like they was keeping my
Your name
shit
alive.
alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like keeping my shit relevant. You know what I mean? So I respect that. And Joe and respectfully, Joe always reached out to me before even doing anything like
yeah,
that. Maybe not the other dudes, but Joe would definitely be like, "Yo, Rich, is it okay if we use like that flow that you had in repetitive?" And
yeah.
I'd be like, "Yeah," and then he'll take it to the team. You know what I mean? So
We're gonna get him on here
yeah,
too. So
definitely.
we're gonna get him on too. So when you hear him talk about Joe, it's Bleezy. So y'all see Bleezy.
Yeah, Bleeze. Yeah, definitely. It's Bleezy.
Yeah, that's one
That's
thing.
my brother. Like Joe, I remember Joe in high school when I first started rapping in there. Joe didn't really rhyme. Like Bleeze wanted to rhyme, but he used to hide his rhymes in his book in high
Yeah,
school. And like I said, I came that second year and I was like, yo, everybody's on the list. You know what I mean? And one of Joe's close friends, which is my homie too, is my man Ox. He he pulled me over in the lunchroom one day and he was like, yo, I want you to work with Bleeze, bro, and shit like that. He wants to rap and boom, boom. Because Bleeze was really like he always been the beat guy. Even when we was in high school, Bleeze was the guy that used to make all the beats on the table for us when we was rhyming. So
yeah,
Bleeze used to be the dude boom, 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 do all the beats while we was spitting. You know what I mean? And then, bro, for that whole year, I don't want my mom to hear this, but me and Bleeze used to cut class sixth and seventh period. We
yeah.
was in the lunchroom every day, and all we was doing was writing rhymes.
Word.
And that's what it was originally Joe Black. You know
Let
what I
me
mean?
let me
Joe Black, and that's how Joe Black was created. You know what I mean? Then Black Steel Entertainment,
let me
and
try. Let me
you
try
know,
something real quick. Let me try something real quick. Let me see if I can get a guest to say something to you. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, this nigga always plays on my jaw. Now he must be in a meeting. Let me check it out. I don't know what you call it. Didn't see a feed, but it says must be in a meeting because that nigga always picks up when he's at work. Let me get his response first. But if we would have made it where we wanted to, did you have like a collab that you want to do, like a famous collab? Like, yo, I gotta get this cat. Would it have been like Nas or Jay or somebody else?
definitely. I mean, Nas probably easier to get to than Jay is. So
Yeah,
we would have to really, really do what we had to do to get to Jay. But definitely I would at that in that era when we was coming up, I definitely wanted to do joints with like Kiss. I definitely wanted to do joints with Fab. Um Joel Santana at that time was that guy. Wayne.
yeah,
You know what
Wayne.
I mean? There were certain dudes that I was like, bro, I like their swag, but I also like the way they put bars together. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
definitely Kiss, Fab, Wayne, Els. You know what I mean? Definitely those four. I definitely wanted to do features with.
Yeah, that's what's up. So can't really talk about him now because of shit that happened. But the only feature I ever wanted because I was like really big into his music was R. Kelly.
Definitely, you want. I never really like. There's songs that I like from Kells and stuff like that, but I never was really like really super big on Kells.
Yeah.
It was I respected what he did, and I know he wrote a lot of hits and stuff. But I was never really big on Kells. My sister used to love him when I was growing up. You know
So
what I mean? But
they used to call me Little Kels.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
That was like one of my old emails.
He's like, I don't even want that name now.
Yeah, so because like respectfully, musically wise, crazy. So
No,
I was like,
no. There's
oh,
you like when you it's hard sometimes to separate it
yeah,
because
yeah.
of what he's accused of.
I can't because
But
I haven't listened to him ever since.
yeah, you know why I can't listen to him? Because and I tell this to my wife and I've even told this to my sister before. I don't know who he was writing about now.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Well,
makes me feel weird, man. Because if you was writing about kids when you was writing these love
that's what I'm
songs or this
saying.
bump and grind or this whatever you was writing, bro, it just makes me feel weird. I don't know who you was writing, who was in your mind when you was writing these
Yeah, like
songs. You know what
it's
I
hard.
mean?
And I got two daughters too. It's hard.
Yeah, I can't do it, bro. I can't do it.
Let me see.
But respectfully, I knew he was a great writer, and I could give him that credit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's think of something here. There you go. Yo, so I was gonna say, how you gonna be on lunch and not pick up my phone call, B? Can you hear me? Yo, you see my man Annie?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, brother?
Yo, man, about to eat some lunch right now.
Oh, this is my man Los.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Yeah, nigga.
How you doing, brother? Fuck you, I miss you, man. We was just talking about you and Tosh, man, and I want to give y'all flowers on air, like while we here on air. I would have never became the artist that I became without the opportunity that you and Tasha gave me, like to be able to have a studio, full access. Every time y'all went to work, y'all left me the keys so I could be able to rhyme freely. Like I would never be able to be the creative person that I am without that opportunity that you and Tasha gave me. So man, I love you guys. Respectfully, I'm grateful for you guys. And I just wanted to give you your flowers on air. So thank you, my brother. I will always appreciate you for that.
We got you. We always appreciated what you did, man.
Bro, yeah, for real, man. Like I'm super grateful. Like everybody always tells me, "Oh, how did you get this good?" Like bro, they don't understand that I was fortunate to have great people around me, and that, like I said, that opportunity. It was a year of me being able to just write music, and record and record and record. So all my errors and all my stuff, I made it there. So that way, when I was able to display my music to the world, I already made my hiccups and my mistakes. You know what I mean? Y'all gave me the opportunity to do that. So, man, forever grateful for you and Tosh, man. I love you guys. God bless you guys. God bless your children. And thank you, man. Real talk.
Love you too, bro.
Yeah, you know what? You know what?
Keep up the good work, man. Keep up the good work. Doing doing the shit. And peace out, brother.
Yo,
Thank you, brother.
you know what? You know what? That's fire. Because them niggas never built me a studio.
But you was too far, bro. You was all the way in Florida.
Yo, Lowe's, I'll hit you later, all right?
How's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for them, bro. Like that opportunity, man, that changed my life, bro. That gave me the opportunity to be a creative and like really master my class, my craft. So I'm
Yeah.
forever grateful to Los and Tosh for that, man. That they real. Those are real good people, bro. If y'all know Los and Tosh, they great people, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, Lowe's is cool. And Tosh, that's Cuzzo.
I gotta get him on 2K. He should think he could fuck with me in 2K.
Oh, you be hooping?
Yeah, I love the hoop, bro. I used to hoop a lot, but me and Los used to be on 2K hard body. We was very
No,
competitive on that
that's what
2K.
I'm talking about. Like 2K hooping.
Hell yeah, I love 2K, bro.
Son,
That's my shit.
I be hooping every night.
I'm gonna have to link with you then,
Yeah,
brother.
word. 20, you got the 24 to Kobe John?
Yep, yep, yep.
Son, we be in rec all day, son.
Oh, I'm getting up with you too, bro. We
Wait,
gonna
wait.
expect that after the joint.
Word,
We'll do
word.
that through text. Hell yeah,
All right, so
facts.
let's transition over real quick. So how'd you get to the clothing?
So the clothing, I was sitting at home in 2020 during COVID, and we were all in that place where we were stuck at home trying to figure it out and stuff like that. But I was looking at like the world and where we were at the time. You know what I mean? And I was just trying to figure out what can I do, like to make a name for myself in this new found environment that we were living in. So I was brainstorming a lot of stuff and stuff like that. And then one day We the Heart came back into my mind. I don't know if many people know, but when we dropped the Regulators mixtape, I'm the one who came up with the name. And the name of that mixtape, I don't know if people remember, was We the Heart of NY.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so like I've always had that We the Heart shit in my head, but I just didn't know how to use it. You know what I mean? And then it came back full circle. Like I said, 2020 when COVID came, I was like, oh, We the Heart lifestyle. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just start building from there. So, bro, like I said, hiccups, all that. I'm not a graphic designer. I didn't know how to do graphics. I didn't know nothing about this landscape. So I was paying people for graphics, but I was never getting like them to paint the picture that I seen in my head.
Yeah, yeah.
So shout out to my wife, because my wife, she pulled me over one day and she's like, yo, why do you keep on paying people to do these logos and stuff like that? They're not giving you the product that you want. She said, you creative enough, bro. Just go online, figure out how to use these programs and make your own logos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I started going on YouTube, doing tutorials, learning how to mask shit, learning how to erase shit, learning the basics of creating logos. And then 3 months into doing that, I created the original We the Heart logo, the We the
Yeah.
Heart lifestyle logo. And then I posted it, and when I posted it, I got a really good response. Mad people was like, man, that's the logo right there. That's the logo right there. And then my man Lenny, he went to school for graphics, and then he hit me up and he was like, yo, that logo's fire. He said, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you would have went to school, you would have never created that logo. And I was like, why? He said, because in school they teach you to stay within the lines and like not outside of the lines and this and this. He said, the way you created that logo, you put the highlight above everything and you made the heart under. He said that's not the way they teach you, but it came out fire. He said you wouldn't have done that if you went to school. He said so it was almost like a blessing that you didn't go to school and you learned how to do it the way you did it, because you wouldn't have never created that logo. So from that day on, I just started to promote it and build from there. And that's where the brand started to become established. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I never had a brand. I never had none of this stuff before. So of course you're gonna make mistakes and stuff like that, and you're gonna fall, and so that's what happened with the first launch. I didn't have a lot of knowledge with branding and stuff like that. So I put it out there, but I was oversaturating it. Like I had too much shit there, too much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I had to take a step back, rewind, and then really build the brand fully. Like now, where I'm at now, I fully understand what the brand represents, how I want the brand to be seen, how I want, you know what I mean, how I want to approach everything. And We the Heart lifestyle is bigger than clothes. It's not just clothes. My vision is to try to change the world. I want the opportunity to give opportunity, in other words. So when I say we, I mean that wholeheartedly. We can't do nothing without we.
Definitely.
You got billionaires, Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and all those things. All these guys are billionaire ideas without we. They're just an idea. We gave them the funds. We believed in the idea and we made them billionaires. They're just billion ideas. You know what I mean? Just like We the Heart can be a billion idea, But without the support of the people, I'll never get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why my brand is We the Heart. There's nothing in this world without we. And I want people to go back to love and understanding that that man standing next to you can help you get to where you want to go if you treat him the way you want to be treated. You know what I mean? And that's all it is, a simple concept. I think that we forgot about humanity. And my brand's main goal is to push humanity back into people's minds. That man next to you, he might not look like what you think he is, but he might have knowledge that he can teach you something that you never knew will help you get to where you're trying to go. It's just all about us remembering the importance of the man next to you. In other words,
What can they get this stuff? Is it gonna be the gram or you got a website? What?
Yeah, if you go on the gram and you follow We the Heart Lifestyle on the gram, you hit the link in the bio and it'll take you to the site so you can make your purchases and stuff like that. I have right now I'm promoting like I said, it was the relaunch this year. We relaunched in January this year. And I started with the Blessed collection. So when you go on my site, you're gonna see on the We the Heart Lifestyle site, it's gonna be the collection is called Blessed. And the reason why I did that is because I want everybody to understand that we all highly favored. It has nothing to do with religion. I'm not a religious person. So I believe in the higher power. I talk to God every day, but I'm not a religious person. So when you see the Blessed collection, it has nothing to do with religion. It's just me telling everybody that we are highly favored by God. You know what I mean? And we are all blessed. You know what I mean? So when you go on my site, everything's embroidered on this line because I wanted you to feel real good when you wear the Blessed collection. Everything on that collection is embroidered. And yeah, man, it's just I just want everybody to know that they're highly favored, man. God loves all, God forgives all. So the first collection is Blessed. Go check it out. We the Heart Lifestyle on Instagram. Hit the link in the bio, or you can follow me on Instagram. It's Rico Weeder, and the link is in the bio there too.
Say the Rico again.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Rico We the Heart, and the link is in the bio there also.
Yeah, why don't you say it again because you kind of cut out. It's kind of laggy sometimes. So
yeah, we had a big snowstorm over here in PA the last 2 days, and I think that's what's kind of making everything trippy over here at the moment. You know what I mean?
yeah, what's the project you got coming out now?
Right now, I'm like with as far as music goes, I'm taking that like real slow. We the Heart, I focus really on We the Heart Lifestyle. There is a We the Heart Music. I'm not sure if the audience knows who Gamo is because he has been on previous podcasts with Chance. But Gamo is the CEO of We the Heart Music. So that's like more of his lane. Me personally, when I put out music going forward, I'm gonna take the singles approach for a little while before I even think about an album because I haven't dropped music in so long. So I'm gonna take like a singles approach and drop a single and promote that, drop a single and promote that. So I got a little wave before I actually put an album out. I want to put an album out really just so that way I can show that to my kids. So when I'm older, they have something that they can always hold on to. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm working on while I'm working on building this collection.
Yeah, you definitely got to put some joints on Spotify and Apple, so they're there.
Yeah, definitely. I got, man, so much music that people ain't never hear. I got so much music that I even forgot. Like, you know what I mean? Like when I hear it, I'm like, oh man, I didn't even remember I recorded it. Like, and I kind of like blow myself away sometimes, like what the verses and stuff like that, because I haven't heard them in so long. You know what I mean?
Tell me if you can hear this and if you know who this is.
Yo, what's good, my brother Chance? Just want to give a big shout out to you on your
Big
podcast,
Bleez.
Be Yourself podcast. I know you got my brother, it's Rico, in the building, talking about that Blessed collection off the We the Heart clothing brand. Want to shout both y'all out. Let's keep getting it. Let's keep doing what we do. Yeah.
Sir, it's my brother Bleez, bro.
Yeah,
That's Bleez, man. I gotta shout out Bleez because Bleez always been one of my most loyalists, like brothers, friends, whatever you want to call it. Like Bleez always been loyal to what I did, always supported what I did. And you can ask Bleez, I always been the same way with him. Anybody that knows me though, knows that I if I have knowledge, money, food, whatever I can offer that you need is yours. And anybody that knows me that I always been that way. I never been a gatekeeper. I give you whatever I have, and I don't have any expectations for you to bring like to return it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just always love to see growth. Like anytime one of my boys came to me and said, I want to be a rapper or whatever, and I had the knowledge to give it to them, I gave it to them. And I don't and I mean this wholeheartedly. I don't even care if you surpass me, bro. I don't. That if I did, I wouldn't have gave you the knowledge. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
wouldn't have put you on. I would have kept it a secret. So like Bleeze is one of those guys that like he always been like loyal. And I always like anytime Bleeze needed anything and vice versa, we always been there for each other. So I really appreciate my brother Bleeze. And a big shout. That dude like always been my right hand man and always been on my side. So shout out Bleeze and shout out my man Los.
Word. Yeah, so I was asking him if he can call because I had you on, but he's at the spot, so I told him just leave a voice note.
That's dope. That's fire. That's fire. I appreciate him even doing that. That's dope. That's dope, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Bleeze, man. Anybody watching this, go follow Bleeze, bro. One of the hardest working artists I know. You know what I mean? He's very consistent. He's really putting in the work to get to where he's trying to go. So you if you can't respect anything else, you can respect his grind. So go support that. You know what I mean? Go support my bro Bleeze.
Yeah. Is there something that you want to like express or tell the people? I'm saying before we start to end it up, because we went a minute third, we went an hour 30. I didn't know it was gonna flow like that.
Yeah, real quick. That was a good organic conversation.
Word.
So I definitely first and foremost, I want to shout you out.
Appreciate you.
All the work you've been doing. I've been watching you for a long time. You got multiple podcasts, multiple different things going on. I wanna thank you for even inviting me here to even express myself and be able to talk. And I just want to tell the people, bro, if you support me, just know that I ain't gonna let you down. It's bigger than clothes. I want to help people. I got a vision. I want to help the homeless. I want to help a lot of people. I want to build a We the Heart Academy for the children. It's not just about clothes. Like this is bigger. The more you help me, the more I can help the world. You know what I mean? And that I mean that wholeheartedly. This is my calling. The crazy thing is, and I'm gonna say this because everybody knows me for music. I love what I do now more than I love writing music. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. Like everybody that knows me is like my passion is music. They know me for that. But what I'm doing right now, I feel like I have more purpose. I have a purpose, in other words. You know what I mean? When I made music, I didn't feel like I had a purpose.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I feel like I have a purpose. Like every no, bro, I tell you, for a month straight, it was like God was waking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And when I would wake up, I would have a idea for a logo or a design. And this happened for like a month straight, bro. So I know this is God's work. I'm just his you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
just his hands, in other words.
I feel
This
you.
is all his work. I'm just his tool. So like I just want the people to know that if you support me, just know that it's bigger than me. It's not about me. That's why the brand's called We. It's about we. And if you give me the opportunity, I will create opportunities for a lot of people.
Word.
And that's basic, man. Follow We the Heart Lifestyle on Instagram. Um, follow us Rico We the Heart on Instagram. And y'all all greatly appreciate it. And that's it, man. Let's keep building and then let's do what we do, brother.
Yeah, that's crazy because towards the end right now, like you should get an extra laggy.
They want to hate. They want to hate. They
Word.
want to hate on the message. You know what I mean?
All right, so
But yeah, bro.
I'm,
Blessings.
I'm gonna give you my rapid fire questions that I do in every interview. So I'm gonna ask you, I think it's 4 questions. So the first thing that comes to your mind, just boom, right there. All right.
All right. Yeah, let's get
All right.
it.
So the first question, if you weren't doing
Let's
what you're
get
doing,
it.
if you weren't doing what you're doing now, what would you be doing?
I'll probably be working in the hospital still, doing like patient transport or something like that.
All
Real
right.
talk. Like I like doing patient transport, you know, because you meet a lot of people, you connect with people.
Word. Second question. Who was your biggest influence?
Biggest influence had to be my mom. My mom's grind, my mom's hustle. My mom was a single mom with three children. And if you knew me growing up, it didn't even look like we struggled. I had the J's, I had the clothes. You know what I mean? I look, you know what I mean? I look for all the time, pops, nothing like that. So, like, my biggest influence has to be my mother.
Word. What's your favorite curse word?
I don't curse a lot anymore, but if I did curse, it'd have to be fuck.
All right, and the last one is, if you had any superpower, what would it be?
Yeah, that's a good question, bro. That's a really good question. If I had a superpower, it'd be to heal.
Hmm. I like that
Yeah,
because now everyone's starting to say different things. At first, everybody was saying the same thing. Now they're switching. So that
it'd definitely be to heal, bro. Because if we could just help the sick, my bro, I feel like if I had a superpower, that would be my power. I would heal cancer. I would heal, you know, all that shit that and all the stuff that's killing people. It'll be gone. That'll be my superpower. I would heal them.
word. All
That's
right.
definitely it. Dude.
All right. So one last time, tell the people where to find you, and then I'll get that outro.
Thank you for watching. First and foremost, I appreciate everybody. Um, my name is Rico. Follow me on Instagram. It's Rico We the Heart, or follow We the Heart Lifestyle on Instagram as well. Hit the link in the bio. Check me out. Even if you don't buy, like, share. That helps just as much as you purchasing the item, liking and sharing, and just putting people onto the movement, because we are a movement and we're going to get bigger. And I appreciate everybody who joined and watched and even called or even left a voice note. Thank you very much from your boy Rico.
Word. Once again, appreciate you for coming on, my brother. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
It's been a long time coming. Paths should have crossed a long time ago. We one and the same.
We gotta do this again. Once the wheels start moving.
Yeah, once some of the team act right, you know what I'm saying? We could do a big one. You know what I mean? Pause. But
Now I want to let go on this, man. Come on, man.
you know what I mean?
Hating on
Lag into something serious.
really movie. If we can get like at least two or three of us,
Yeah,
that'd be
yeah,
ill.
definitely. So
That'd definitely be ill. But yo, peace be upon you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, bro.
I appreciate y'all. You already know this is the first of this season. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Put in the comments what you want to see, and make sure you follow my man. Yeah.
Through the money, designer the drip. Don't got a cap, I'm as real as it get. Bet on myself.